If you want to make a membership website or add membership features to your existing website, then this is the video for you. I'm going to show you how to make a lightweight, automated membership website for absolutely free. In fact, I posted this question yesterday in the WP Crafter Facebook group if they would like me to make this video, and over 700 people said yes, they want to see a video like this on how to make a membership website for WordPress for free. Now, it's not as much about having something for free that normally costs hundreds of dollars per year. It's more about learning how to do something like this with the tools that you have and leveling up your WordPress skills, but at the same time having a lightweight automated membership website. But that's not all, because this video is going to level up your WordPress skills and be quite an eye-opener to what you could do with WordPress. Now, let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with all-in-one solutions like MemberPress, which you can see right here is $349 per year, or Restrict Content Pro, which comes in at $249 per year. And here's many people's favorite Wishlist Member at $397 per year. Those are all great membership solutions that I recommend, my favorite being Wishlist Member, and a lot of people here, it's their favorite as well. But most of what you need, you already have in WordPress, and you have in the tools that you already use. We just need to get it all working together in perfect harmony, and that is what this video is about. So first, I want you to ask yourself, what is a membership plugin really doing on your website anyway? Here's what they're doing on a very basic level. First, they set up access groups and allow you to configure what those access groups are allowed to access. The second thing is how to register a new user and sell or give away that access. And lastly, they automate granting access based upon their purchase. Now, there's various ways of doing everything I listed above, and these include using tools that you already own and already love. So each step of the way, I'll let you know of alternative tools that you could use that you probably already own. So right now's the time where I ask you to smash the like button, because I'm about to bring it. So step one, you need web hosting for your website. Go to WPCrafter.com/hosting, or you'll see the menu on my website. Go here. I have the best hosts broken down based upon cost and your skill level and how hard they are to set up. If you're new to the channel, I've been crushing it on this channel with helpful tutorials based upon hosting to help you get the best performance for the lowest price. If you're after something really low cost, I recommend Name Hero. It's an excellent value. If you're looking for super easy to set up, it just costs a few dollars more, then SiteGround is the way to go. And if you don't mind it being a little bit more technical to set up, but have virtually unlimited power, then Cloudways right here is what you want to choose. I'll have links about setting these up in the video description down below. So with your hosting set up, here's a brand new fresh installation of WordPress. All we need is a WordPress theme. For this site, I'm going to use the Cadence theme. It's completely free. You can visit WPCrafter.com/Cadence. I'll have a link in the video description box to get this. The reason I'm choosing this theme is because it's full featured. There's no feature held back in the free version. In fact, it's more powerful than most paid themes on the market. So now let's install the Cadence theme. You're going to go to Appearance. You're going to click on Themes. You're going to go up here and click on Add New. We'll click on Upload Theme. We'll choose the file that we just downloaded. Then we'll click on Install Now. Next, we'll click on Activate. And the first time we activate it, we get this option for Cadence Starter Templates. We'll click on this button to install this free plugin. And here are the starter templates that we can choose from. Now, just a side note, I have insider information that this starter template is coming. It's going to be ideal for membership websites and online course websites. It's going to be 100% completely free. It's just not ready yet, but you can look here. The design is perfect. It's completely free. I really like this area down here that lets people know what they're getting. And if this was available right now, I would use this template, but it's not. That's okay. I'll just choose a different one. So for this site, I'm going to choose this right here. And when you click on it, I love this. When you import it, before you click on import, you can choose a color scheme. So we can see I've got pinks, But if I like this color palette, I can choose that, or this color palette, and we can go with the dark style right here. You can choose any of these color schemes, and it affects the entire site. The colors will change across the entire site. Now, don't worry though, after it's all set up, it's very easy to change these colors. So this right here looks fine for me. I'll go ahead and click on import. Now I'll get this confirmation message, and I'll just click on start importing. All right, that took about 30 seconds or so for me. I can click right here where it says finished, view your website. I've got a fully set up website here, and you can see it only took me about 2 minutes or so. And I have the inner content pages here. I've got a gallery, I've got a pricing page. I have it all right here. So we're going to go ahead and customize this just a tiny bit after we have everything set up. So now is where the magic starts to begin. We're going to set up our membership levels. Now this is the only part in this whole process that can be a little bit technical. We have to add a little tiny bit of code to our website. Now, if you're a website developer, we're going to be adding a custom function. Don't worry if you're not a website developer, because I'm going to make it super easy. So there's multiple ways you can add this to your website. You just need the little tiny snippet of code. Now I'll have a link in the video description box down below. It'll take you to my website where I have a blog post on this based upon this entire video, where you can just copy and paste this little tiny snippet of code across. Don't worry, it's going to be super easy, and I'm going to show you how to do it all right now. Now there's 2 ways to do this. If you're comfortable with WordPress and you have what's called a WordPress child theme, you can copy and paste this snippet of code in your functions.php file. Now that might be technical, but don't worry, there's a very easy way to do it with a free plugin called Code Snippets. I'm going to use that method here in this video, but for those of you that are more experienced and want to put this someplace else on your site without adding code snippets, you can easily do that by adding it to your functions file. So to install Code Snippets, we're going to go to Plugins. We'll click on Add New. Over here, we're going to search for Code Snippets. We're going to scroll here and click on Install Now. And then I'm going to click on Activate. We have a brand new menu item over here on the left that says Snippets. I'll click on it. Now, what the Code Snippets plugin does is it allows you to add and organize these little tiny snippets of code that you can use to add new features or functionality to your website. You can even use it for performance purposes, little snippets of code that increase the performance of your website. It's a great plugin to have, but like I said, it's completely optional. So what I'm going to do is click on Add New, and right here, I'm going to give this snippet a name. So I'm choosing to name this Membership Levels. I'm going to click right here where it says Code. Now this is where you want to go to my website and highlight and put the code in the clipboard of your computer and paste it in. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to paste it in right here. So let me explain what this is. So what we need to do is add something called user roles to WordPress. It's a built-in feature in WordPress. And based upon these user roles, we're going to give people access to different pieces of content on our website. I'm creating 3 user roles. One is called Gold Member. The next is called Platinum Member. And the third one is called VIP Member. Now, you don't need to have these 3 different membership levels. It's completely up to you. If you just want one that says paid member and one that says free member, you can structure this however you want. These are your membership levels. So to customize these, it's very simple. So here's the first one right here. I'm going to show you how to do it. So right here, it says in all lowercase, it says Gold Member. Well, you can change that to say whatever the heck you want it to say. Make it all lowercase. And then right here, you see where it's the proper case, where it has the capital G and the capital M for member. This is how it's going to display inside of your website. So that's where you want to have the proper case, like that, capitalizing the first letter of each word. And so you can see I have Gold, Platinum, and VIP. So now that I have my membership levels set up, I'll go here and click on Save Changes. And now I'm going to click back on all snippets. So once we save it, it's not active yet. So you can see we have these switches here. Now these all right here are just some sample examples. You can delete them if you want, but here's my membership levels that I just need to toggle on. And so now it's on. This is exciting stuff. So I'm going to go over here to where it says users, and I've already created a test user on your website, if you want to see these new membership levels, it's super easy. You can click on Add New User, and then you could fill this out. But what we're trying to do is see how they've been added to where it says role. So by default, the user role is subscriber. But if I expand the options, check this out. We have 3 new options: VIP, Platinum, and Gold. What do you think so far? Have I earned a thumbs up yet? If so, go ahead and click on that thumbs up. I don't know what you're waiting for. So far, you've done the most technical part of this entire tutorial, and you've done it with flying colors. And you've also learned some great new stuff about WordPress. Now, there's actually other ways other than that snippet of code to add these new user roles, but it involves adding another plugin. So I just felt like it was easier to just use this little snippet of code, but you could do what you want to do and what you feel most comfortable with. But there's plugins that are free that make it easier without that snippet of code to add these user roles. So now that we have user roles, we need to figure out how we can make it so certain parts of our website are only accessible to users that have those particular user roles. So if someone's not logged in, they're not going to see it. If someone's logged in and doesn't have a specific user role, they're not going to be able to see it either. Let's go over that now. So this is the first real step where we have a lot of flexibility on how you want to implement this. I'm going to tell you what I think is the best way, but you probably already have a tool for this. So a first option is, say for you Elementor lovers, I guarantee you one of the Elementor add-ons, if you use an Elementor add-on, is going to have some visibility control options. Here's an example. I'm not saying go and use this plugin, Visibility Logic, and that's because the functionality's in so many of the add-on packages, but I just wanted to show you this free one. So it's going to work the same on all of them. So you can see right here in this screenshot, your add-on package would add an option that says visibility control under advanced, so you can tie this to a section on your page. And then where it says visible for, you can enable and choose the user role, and you just saw how we added those user roles. So for you, the user roles will appear. Now, I personally won't be using this method, but I wanted to make you aware of it because it's completely optional and up to you. Next, I'm going to show you how to do this in the Pro version of your WordPress theme. Many WordPress themes, when you have the Pro version, have something called elements or custom hooks or custom layouts or something like that. The Cadence theme has a Pro version as well, and they have implemented this very elegantly. So I'm going to go ahead and try it with this. Now, I'm not saying go and get the Cadence theme, because if you're using a Pro version of a theme, it most likely already has this functionality in it. But I'm just going to show you in the Cadence theme, and then I'm going to show you a completely free way, and I think it's probably the most elegant way. I'm just making you aware of all the options that you have. So I've purchased and I own the Pro version. So it's a plugin. I'm going to go to plugins, add new. I'll click right here where it says upload plugin, and I'll click on choose file and upload the Pro version. Now that it's there, I'll click on install now. I'll go here and click on activate plugin. Now I want to go to the themes option panel. I'll go to appearance and I'll click on cadence. Here is where I can enable these features. So for me, I want to go ahead and enable hooked elements right here. I'll toggle that on. And for showing you something really cool, I want to show you the header add-ons, and this might give you a reason to consider using this theme for a membership website. Now with those two options enabled, I'm going to refresh the page, and now you can see it says elements. So I'll click on elements. I'll click on add new, and for here I'm going to choose default as the element type. So right here I can put any piece of content that I want, and if I have a page builder, I can also build it in my page builder. But right here you can see the default block builder for WordPress. This is just optional. So I would build out the content here that I just want for a particular membership level. I'll go over here and click on this icon right here, and then I can choose where I want this content to show. And then I can click right here where it says user settings, and it says visibility to. And in this drop down, it shows right here, all users logged in, logged out, and then right here, specific role. And you can see there's my gold, Platinum, and VIP members, so I can make specific content that is only viewable to people that have this user role. And then here's one of the features that is quite unique to this theme. It's the only one that has it, is expires settings. So you can actually have content that's only visible to certain membership levels, and it will actually expire on a specific time. So if you wanted to show them something and have it expire on a certain date, that's how you do it. And this is a unique feature to this theme. So this is another way that you can have content that is only viewable to people with certain user roles. Before I show you the next option for doing it, which I think is probably the most elegant way and most of you are going to want to do, I wanted to show you one more unique feature in the pro version of this theme. So here I am on the home page, and I'm going to click on Customize. Now, one of the unique features of the theme is the header builder, but there's something I wanted to show you specifically in the pro version of the header builder. So I'm going to click on header, and essentially all of these items I can move around in this grid, but there's one specific for websites where people have to log in, and it's pretty powerful. And that is right here. It's the account header item. So I can drag and drop this where I want. So you can see I dragged it off to the far right, and now we have this icon right here next to the button. Actually, it would probably be better to the left of the button. So let me show you some of the options with this, and you can modify any of the options of any of these by just clicking on the settings. Actually here, I'm going to probably move the menu into the middle because I kind of like the way that looks better. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and show you these settings. So I'm going to click right here. And what you do is this can trigger a registration window, a logged in window. When someone's logged in, it'll show a gravatar image of them. So it's very powerful on what you can do. And it's a really elegant solution to making your website look more customized. So for me, I would choose this. I kind of like that better. I'll probably make it a little bigger, and then I would have it be icon and then the username. So that's my username. You can see it changed right there. We have all of these options right here. Then we can create a drop-down menu that we tie to right here. So when someone's hovering over it, it will appear a custom drop-down menu that you can create. If I scroll up here and show you, I can show you the logged out view. So we can fully customize this for how it's going to look when someone's logged out. And this is really cool down here. Let me go ahead and set this. Okay, it's the account action. So this is what happens when someone clicks on it. So I can click right here and it will actually show a login window when someone clicks on it. I think that's really cool. And we can also have a registration link. So let's see if it will, let me see it. When I click on it, we get this gorgeous, beautiful login window, and you can actually hook in content above it, below it, to the left or right, and make this really customized. It's beautiful, if you ask me. And the last thing is there's design options right here. So if I wanted to make that the avatar image larger, it's kind of small right there. I have this right here, and I can make it how large or small that I want, maybe something like that. Now let me show you one more cool thing, and this is in the free version of Kadence theme. We obviously have this cool button. Let me click on the settings of the button. So this is all completely free. This account item here, that's in the pro version only, but everything else you see is free. The menu, the logo, obviously the logo, but the button. But check this out. We can have this button show only when someone's not logged into the website. So it can be sign up now or register now. So there's visibility options on the button. So over here, I can change the text of the button. I can change where the button goes. But then when I scroll down here, it says button visibility. So it's currently set to show for everyone, but I can optionally make it for logged out only. So that means if you're not logged in, you're going to see the button. If you are logged in, you're not going to see the button. Once again, this is in the free version of this theme. Remember, I said no feature is held back. So here is the most elegant way that I've found to control who has access to what content. It's called Content Control. It's a free plugin. It's made by an established developer that has plugins on hundreds of thousands of websites. They make a couple very popular plugins. It's elegant, it's clean, there's no pro version, there's no upgrade, there's no banner advertisements. It's just simple, lightweight, clean, and elegant. Let's go ahead and install this. It's completely free. Let's go to plugins, add new. We're going to go over here and we're going to search for content control. And here it is. I'll click on install now. And then I'm going to click on activate. Now, the best thing is so far we built this website out. There's only like 3 or 4 plugins. We could have skipped over code snippets if you have some other place to go ahead and put that tiny snippet of code. So the only required plugins so far was content control. And for this website, you can do your website however you want. We use the free cadence blocks and we have the cadence starter templates. And this is the pro version of the theme. It's so optional. So far, it's all very lightweight. And guess what? You don't see any big menu item over here when we activated content control. That's because it's a very elegant, lightweight solution. You go to settings and you go down here to content control. And here's where we're going to set up our restrictions. We're going to click on add a restriction, but first I want to click on general. And this right here is where you're going to enter in the message someone will see if they don't have access to the content. You're going to have an option to redirect them to, say, a sales page, or right here, you could put a message here. Now you might be thinking, oh, this is no fun. I can't, make something look nice out of here. Well, if you're using Elementor Pro, you can use the shortcode for a save template and put it in here. The same works for Gutenberg. If you have Gutenberg block builder and you use the reusable content feature, you can go ahead and insert it right here. This is optional, but I think most people might want to have a dedicated sales page. And if someone tries to access content that they don't have access to, it'll take them over there. So let's go back to restrictions. Now that we're here, we're going to click on add a restriction. And this is where we start deciding who gets to see what. So for restriction title, this is just for you. I'm going to go ahead and enter in gold members. And now all we have to do is start choosing our options. So first, who can see this content? Well, you got to be logged in. And guess what? I'm going to check right here where it says gold member. So now we know who this rule applies to. Now, if I wanted this to also apply to Platinum and VIP, you can choose more than one user role. It's very easy. Next, we'll click on the Protection tab right here, and this is where we can choose how we're going to protect the content. So remember, I mentioned redirect. We have the option of redirect or showing that custom message. So if I choose custom message right here, we get some options, but I think redirect is better. This is basically what's going to happen when someone tries to go to a page that they do not have access to. Then right here, it says, where are they going to be redirected to? We can do the drop down. Homepage, no, you'd probably want a custom page. And this is where you would enter in the URL to your sales page, or maybe a page that says, oops, you don't have access to this. You can either log in or you can purchase access. This is where you're going to put that sort of page. Next, let's click right here where it says content. And this is a simple, elegant way for you to choose which content is protected by which membership level. So I can go to the drop down and you can see we have a vast array of targeting options here. That's why I said this is free, and this is probably the way that I would do it. And I'd recommend that you do it. So there's a lot of ways of doing this, and it works for custom post type content. So maybe where you want to protect a particular page, you would just choose a page or a selected page, or a page with an ID, or all the child pages of a page, or your home page. You can choose any of these. There's so many options that you have. The same goes with blog posts. Now, what's really nice for blog posts is you can say a post with a tag. So you can go create a tag for gold members, or you can create a tag that says protected content. And then all you have to do is add that tag to a blog post when you want to protect that content. So I can click right here. It says a post with a tag. And then right here, I can select the tag. Now, I don't have any tags created yet on this website, but I hope you see the power. You can just choose the content based upon a rule that will be protected. And you can have multiple conditions. So I can say that and another piece of content and another piece of content and another piece of content. You can easily target exactly what you want protected based upon rules, and it's super easy to do. So I just changed it to a selected page, and I can click right here to choose the particular page that I want protected. I'll just randomly choose this about page right here. Why not? And then I'll click on add. And there we go. This is where my gold members access configuration is. And then I would do the same thing for the platinum and for the VIP members, and I would give them different access. You don't have to have it like that. You could just have one level, free or paid. It's completely and entirely up to you. I hope you're beginning to see how this is all coming together, and it's super easy to set up, and it's a very elegant solution, and you can put it on your website, and it's very lightweight. But we have a few more missing pieces. The next thing we need to do is register users. How are we going to register users and or sell the content? That's what we need to figure out next. Now, there's so many different options here. One option is to install WooCommerce, create a product, and that product is the membership. When someone buys the membership, they're registering on the site and they're paying you money. That's one option. Another option is using a simple contact form. So for example, a very popular form plugin on this channel is Fluent Forms. And you can, if you have the pro version of Fluent Forms, you can also use it to sell stuff. You can create forms for selling anything. And that's another option. So this is one where you can use some of the tools that you already have. Now, here's a couple conditions. We need to be able to use a tool that will create the user account in WordPress. That's why WooCommerce is very easy to do that. Now, there's contact form plugins. Most of the free contact form plugins don't have as a free feature the ability to register and create an account. But there is a free form builder that's quite popular. I don't ever talk about it on this channel because I really don't like the interface that they have. However, it's the most full-featured free forms plugin. I prefer Fluent Forms, but this video is showing you a completely free solution. So right now, I'm going to skip showing you WooCommerce, but WooCommerce would be the easiest way. I'm going to show you using this form builder, but you can use the tool in the method that you prefer. So I'm going to go to plugins, click on add new. Over here, I'm going to search for Forminator, kind of like Terminator. Oh, and there it is right here. You can see why I don't like it. I think the way they do things is so goofy and gimmicky, like this silly dude here, like smiling and stuff. It is what it is. I'll go ahead and click on install now, and then I'll click on activate. This adds a new menu item right here that says Forminator. So I'll click on Forminator right here. I will click on create. Actually, before I click on create, if you want to use this to sell access, you have to configure it with your payment gateways. So you would have to go. And actually, let me address something here. It says Forminator Pro. No, there isn't a Pro version as far as a version with more features. They're trying to, actually, I take that back. This must have changed recently. There's extra form fields and e-signature. Anyways, if I was to buy something, it sure as heck wouldn't be this. I would use Fluent Forms any day of the week. And I have a 25% off code down below. But that's only if you want to sell it and you don't want to use WooCommerce, which is entirely free. Like I said, this is where you have flexibility. So I'm going to go here to the settings. Is it the settings? Yes, right here in payments. So you can connect this to your Stripe or connect this to your PayPal, and then you can create a form where you can charge the user and collect money. So that's how this is going to be a completely free solution. But like I said, there's so many ways that you can use tools that you already own right here. So now I'm going to go over to where it says forms, and I'm going to click on create. And there's a couple samples in here. It's not showing me the form for selling because I'm not going to take the time to connect this to my payment options. I'll just click right here for a registration form, and then I'll click on continue, and it says user registration, and then I'll click on create. There we go. I can add additional fields if I want to. And then I'm going to go over here and just click on publish, and it's publishing this registration form. So now once you have the user registered and they have a user account, we need to do some automation. And the missing piece for that, and this is the special sauce that makes everything work together and gives you a lightweight automated membership plugin, is using the Uncanny Automator plugin. It's free, but there's also a pro version that opens up more features and functionality, but we can get away with using the free version. But I'll show you some of the enhancements that you can get when you're using the pro version. To get to the Uncanny Automator website, go to WPCrafter.com/automator, and I'll have a link in the video description box down below. So there's a free version of this that's going to do the automation. And this is when someone registers or buys, we need to change their user role to what the access level that you want them to have. And that's how we're going to have everything automated. So if I go over here to integrations, this actually can do a ton of awesome things. And it integrates with a variety of plugins, including form plugins and e-commerce plugins. So for example, when I was saying Forminator, what we just used right here, when a user submits a form, do an action. That's what an automation plugin does. Some event occurs, and that's called a trigger. And then it triggers a series of multiple actions. So an action can be to change the user role, to send them an email welcoming them to your new membership. You can send their information off to your email marketing CRM, and you can register them for a webinar. You can literally do all that with the free version of this plugin. So when I scroll down here, I kept talking about WooCommerce. Well, you can do the same thing. A trigger can be when someone views a product, you wouldn't want that. But if someone purchases a product, that could be the membership, and it triggers actions. Now, one of those actions is right here where it says WordPress Core. And these are the ones that are included for free. The ones that say pro, you would be paying for. But check this out. For a free action, right here is change the user's role. And that's what we're doing. We just need to have a mechanism to automate changing the user's role. But then while we're at it, why don't we just send that user a nice welcome email as well? And why don't we do whatever we want to do, as many actions as we want to take? Now, there's one tiny gotcha to the free version of Automator. What it does is it will only perform triggers and actions when someone is logged in. So you just need to register the user, and I just showed you how to make a registration form. So you need to create the registration form. They need to be logged in, and then it can start doing these triggers and automations. Now, the pro version, though, you can do what's called anonymous triggers. So that means you could use Fluent Forms or any of these form plugins, and it will take their information, create the user account so they don't have to be logged in first, and it will add the user role to them, and it could do a whole lot more of special stuff. Let's go take a look at that real quick. Here I am on their pricing page. It's very simple. All the plans have everything included. The only difference is the amount of sites you can use it on. So the pro version is $149, and it can be used on 2 websites. And that's pretty much all you would need, only if you wanted the extra convenience. Now, for the next 5 days from when I upload this video, there's a special offer that I reached out to them and negotiated. So what I just showed you was a 1-year license. And I said, hey, can you give my audience a lifetime license for a few bucks more than a single year license? And they said yes. And we made this deal happen. So that same pro version that was $149, you could pay $199 and get a lifetime license with lifetime updates. It will include 3 years of support. There's also other plans, including an unlimited plan right here. Go and make sure you check out the frequently asked questions for it, though. It's going to answer a ton of questions that you might have, including down here. It says, can I pay in installments? And what they're allowing you to do is, if you were to purchase the lowest plan, say the pro plan or the agency plan, before the timer runs out at any point in the next 3 months, you could upgrade your license by just paying the difference, and you could do it on your own when you log in. This is a fantastic deal. It's only for a few more days. and it can do so much more than just this tiny little sliver that I'm showing you in this video. It can do so much more than that. So for the rest of the video, I'm just going to show you the free version here. So we're going to go to plugins, click on add new. Over here, we're going to do a search for Uncanny Automator. And here it is, Uncanny Automator. I'll click on install now, and then I'll click on activate. This adds a new menu item here on the left. I'll click on it, and let's go ahead and set up our trigger, which is filling out the registration form. And then let's go ahead and set up our actions, which is to change the user role. So I'll click on add new, and right here, I'll give the recipe a name. I entered in gold member. Now, obviously it has a ton of integrations, but it's a smart plugin. It's only showing me integrations for what I have installed on my website. So if I had WooCommerce, it would show that. If I had LearnDash or Lifter LMS, it would show that. If I had Easy Digital Downloads or Fluent Forms, it would show that. But since I don't, it's only showing me what I have installed, and that's Forminator. So I want the trigger to be filling out that registration form. So I'm going to click right here, and then right here when it says user submits a form, I'm going to click right here. And then here is my form right there, and I'm going to click on save. So that's going to be my trigger. So now all I need to do is set up my actions. So I'm going to click right here where it says add action. I'm going to click on where it says WordPress. And I'm going to go right here where it says change the user's role to a new role. So I'm going to click on this, a new role. And then right here, I'm going to choose what the role is. And we know this is going to be for gold members. And there it is. I'm going to click on save. So far, this says when someone fills out the registration form, then we're going to go ahead and put gold member on their user account. So they're going to get access to whatever we let gold members have access to. But we don't need to stop there. The real power of this plugin is having multiple actions together. So I'm going to click on add another action. I'm going to click on WordPress, and then I'm going to scroll down just a tiny bit to where it says send an email. I'll click on that. And right here, why don't I fill out a very nice welcome email and include a login link? Now we can take any info from their user account or from the form submission, and we could insert it in here. So if I click right here where the asterisk is, it's going to show all of these options. So where it says common, I can insert all of these things, their user ID, their username, their first name. So I can put it like that, and it's going to show their first name. Maybe I might want to say hi in front of it, hi, and then user first name. And then I can fill this very nice email out, and then I can click on save. Oops, I should probably enter a subject. And by the way, you can do the same thing here for the subject. I've entered welcome to the gold membership, and I'm going to go ahead and click on save. And so now we have a recipe that is triggered when someone fills out the user registration form, and it performs these few actions. So let's turn them on. I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to turn that on. And then I'm going to turn on the overall recipe right here by turning that and making it all live. Sorry that this video is as long as it is. I hope you learned something from this video, but we just tied it all together. We completely replicated the function of an all-in-one membership plugin solution with tools that we already have. All we did was add a tiny snippet of code. We didn't have to add a plugin if we didn't want to. Then all we needed is a way for someone to register, or if you're using WooCommerce, just use WooCommerce. It's very fine. And then we needed a way to determine who gets to see what. And I showed you 3 different ways to do that. And of course, for me, I would use the free way, which is using the free content control plugin, which is very elegant, very powerful, and very minimalistic. And then we just needed a way to integrate everything in perfect harmony. And that is the Automator plugin. You mix this all together. It's not that many moving parts. We could have done it in probably 10 minutes if I didn't explain everything in detail. And you have a fully featured, lightweight, automated membership website. You didn't have to pay anything for it. You didn't have to buy something for $100 to $500 that duplicates a bunch of functionality you already have on your website. No, we just used a little bit of ingenuity. We used what features WordPress already gives us, and we made it all work perfectly together. But the real secret sauce is the Automator plugin. Okay, that's it. If you found value in this video and if you learned something, Give this video a thumbs up, maybe share it someplace when someone's asking how to build a membership website or a lightweight membership website. That helps me out. I know there's going to be questions. You can ask down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you for watching this video and I will see you in the next one.